I mean, we have a pretty good idea as to how Clem will be playing, just because we've been seeing a lot of him over the past couple of weeks. I'm curious to see how Reynor will approach if he does adjust at all. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Rainfall, we have the blue Zerg player. We have the Italian Zerg representing Basilisk. It is Reynor. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Terran player, the red Terran himself, representing Team Liquid. It is Clem from France. French Terran back. Let's go. As we are loading into Rainfall, Rainfall is one of the smaller maps of the map pool, the smallest map, I believe. Short rush distance by ground. Because of that, typically Terran players are favored on these maps. Again, short rush distance, quick path across the map. Likewise, a brutal position here in between the bases that you can take over as well. We'll see if Reynor can maintain himself. We are expecting roach play, but at the same time, we know that Reynor does not like playing roaches in ZVT, so if he avoids it, it'll be difficult to get away with Lingbane. It will be difficult. So we'll see. We'll see if Reynor, if he does kind of, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Bite his lip? And we'll see if he does decide to give into a style that he doesn't quite enjoy, just to play safe, or if he does take that risk. So far we're opening up hatch gas pool. So standard openers. I say hatch gas pool. I believe hatch pool gas is more standard nowadays. Likewise, Clem does not go for any kind of 2-racks opener. No shenanigans. Standard play as well. We be settling in. Again, one of the reasons why you do want that earlier pool compared to gas is because of how fast the Reaper gets across the map, especially on Rainfall. So the idea of going for a faster gas geyser is very risky, as you do leave yourself vulnerable to Reaper aggression. Especially against Clem, you will lose a drone. Lose a drone. So Reynor playing it safe. Clem going for the SCV scouts. Reaper's coming. CC on location. So we have our safety lings. So 6 lings on the way. As we're making 6 lings, Reynor, he might try to sneak out across the map and attempt to delay. It's too late. Yeah, nah, never mind. Just gonna be more defensive. Likewise, on the side of Terran players, it's been a lot more common to go for 1-1-1s, to be more aggressive with Heli and Banshee. Been a lot more common, and again, especially on these smaller maps, that's what we expect. Once we get into larger maps, we can think about going for faster third CCs. Now that Clem does break in. Looks in, catching a Zergling. Pulling back. So just testing the waters, and it is going to be that 1-1-1. Again, this has become a lot more common, a lot more standard in this matchup. A lot more common. And we'll see if Clem can find some damage. We'll see if he can slow Reynor down. As we're setting up for the add-on swap. Likewise, we do see that Reynor, he's going for a later third expansion. Again, just because of the threat of the Reaper and the early aggression. So later third base out of Reynor. Does actually... Okay, we're good. Saturating his gas. Join up on 2 bases. And we've yet to really confirm whether or not Reynor is going roaches or not. Clem testing the waters. Oh. And he pokes in, pulls away. We'll lose the Reaper. And at this point, it is looking like Lingbane play here by Reynor. We'll see if he goes lair first or Evo chambers. How greedy is it going to be? How greedy? It is going to be lair first. Okay. So faster lair. This does give access to faster detection and faster overseer play, which will help against the Banshee. Banshees are coming. Reynor trying to keep up. Oh. Yeah, Stim began for a moment there. Clem did cancel. And we see why. So faster third TC. Now Stim is starting. Clem is not being as aggressive. We have been seeing Clem mix in like 3-1-1 setups, but not here. Not this time. So now there is no oversteer. We're diving on the queens, taking a lot of hits. Things are keeping up, and Reynor holds. Yeah, Reynor is holding on. Nice collapse. Oh, nice catch here on 1, 2, 3, 4 Hellions. Oh my god. If all Hellions go down, the Banshee as well, and Clem, he'll lose far too much here. He'll lose any kind of map control he was fighting for. Yeah, some brutal losses, losing 7 Hellions and a Banshee. That should not have happened. Second Banshee's moving out. And Reynor has momentum. At this point, Reynor, he can join. He can join up freely, get a 4th expansion up and running, start to take up. And this is now a really dangerous game state here for Clem, as Clem has nothing to punish. He has no kind of presence on the map. He's lost everything. And this is where Zerg is at its scariest in the current iteration of the game, because now without anything to threaten Reynor, like there's nothing to stop him from joining up to 72. Just join on up to saturate. Speaking of, he's almost there. That's Reynor, he's able to chill. Clem is 4th, he's joined up to 71, so again he's kind of reaching his almost peak economy. At this point he can now make the choice to join up to 80. And here comes Clem's first move out. So he's finally able to push. He's going to have 1 tank with this. Yeah, 1 tank. Does have Stim. Now, Reynor has been a little bit greedy here, joining up past 72, so this move out has potential. Queens are buying time. Bailey's as well. Yeah, Reynor should be fine. Reynor should be fine here. There just isn't really enough here to threaten Reynor. Clem responds. Reynor pulls away. And bearing in mind that Clem is not reinforcing, like he's keeping his main army back home for the time being. So Clem is just posturing, denying some creep, and ideally setting up for the main push. No, going for a split push instead. Okay, bold move. It's moving on the right hand side. I was wondering why these tumors weren't dying, but it's because of the creep. So this is actually hurting Reynor more than helping. Cheeky moves, Reynor does collapse in. Catching at the bio, nice auto stepping. Nice, very nice control. Bailey's are focused down. Nice some burrow there by Clem, but the Widow Mine will still fall, and Reynor holds. Reynor, he does hold on the right hand side at the same time. Reynor holds on the left. He's going to be able to hold on. Reynor, he's going to try to dive on those tanks. It's going to get messy. Nice chance on the Bailings. But Reynor's holding. And Reynor, he does hold, shuts us down. Cleans up the tank. Clem getting desperate. But the big issue here is what we mentioned previously, is that Reynor, he was able to join up very, very quickly, and now he's able to focus and fixate purely on Link Bane. Just on that Link Bane. Oh my god, massive mine shot. Jeez, I didn't even see it. Mine shot goes off. We have another. Up. Oh my god. Oh dear, the mine shots are carrying here, papi. Ay, ay, ay. The mine shots are crazy. Clem, he's keeping up. So far is keeping up. Once again, just rallying everything across the map. We spoke of this last time, but again, it's very common nowadays to just barely leave anything back at home, limited Sim City, and just keep rallying across. And oh no, Reynor, he wasn't looking. Reynor, that was it. That was his moment. Oh no. Yeah, it passed him by. Yo, these Bailings, they're asleep, papi. Oh my god. Mine's just connecting. Oh, it doesn't quite pull it off. Doesn't quite pull it off. Clem pulls away. Can we make up for it? Can we make up for it? Oh no. We have 2 more Bailings here on the right hand side as well. So 2 pairs of Bailings. Clem into the main. Does go for a massive drop. Oh, at the same time, Reynor is holding on to the front lines. And Reynor, he defends against the main push. Denies the drop. And Reynor, he'll soon max out. He'll soon be able to max. That's the mansion from the early game. And this time, are we looking, Pappy? Are we looking? Are we paying attention? There's not going to be a moment like that. Yeah, not here. It's time to push to the center. Again, Reynor's in position. Show some mine shots. Oh, dragging the mine, forcing with a friendly fire. No major connections yet. Oof. Yeah, better connection towards the end, but Bailings, they still crash in. Yeah, they still crash in. We actually activated the bar Bailings. They were activated. Clem plummets in supply, and now it's time to move in. Now it's time to push. Oh my god. Oh jeez, that's a lot of mines. Drag them back. We'll drag them. We're lacking Ling Bane though. Yeah, Reynor overextending, has to pull away. Where's that Ling Bane? Not coming in. Oof. Mine shots going off. Once again, a very nice target firing. And Reynor's bleeding out too much. He's bleeding out too much. He's going to lose everything. Massive losses here for Reynor. Bleeding out more Hydras. Okay, 4 more Hydras going down. We're getting messy. Again, just Reynor, he got too excited, pushed out too soon, lost all of his Hydras, expensive losses. Even here, bleeding out Bailings. And Reynor, he needs time to breathe. He needs to calm down. And looks like he has. From here, 3-3's finishing up. Viper production is now well underway. He's got 3 full Vipers. Oof. We had a couple of Bailings go off. Again, nothing massive. Nothing massive. Nothing amazing. Oh. Okay. Decent drags. Better mine shot towards the end. Reynor does take some mines to the face. At the same time, does go for the counterattack. Oh my god, once again the mines. But he gets in. He gets into the middle line. SU's going to be going down. Heavy losses there for Clem. Likewise, collapsing on the main army. There are 2 mines. Oh, Jesus. Massive connections on the Bailings. And attentive play there from Reynor. Has to pull away. He's got to pull back. Clem is now maintaining his 5th. Okay. Right towards his 5th base. Now he's been able to switch to Master Liberator. This is something that we shouldn't have necessarily gotten into here. But again, because Clem was trading so well earlier, you have the freedom to do so. Oh, even here, massive mine shots. Liberation has arrived, and there's no good answer to this. We have a mass libs. The freedom is here. He has the freedom, Pappy. Despite that, Will is an entire mineral line, though. 19 SCV kills. Will lose all his workers. Reynor moving out. Oof. Oh. Still having a rough time trading. Clem dropping into the main. Uh-oh. The spores. Oof. Full medevac goes down. But Clem, he has control of the main. And Reynor, he's moving back in. Oh, God. He's pushing back into his own main. Through the freedom zones. Stunner stepping in, working through 1, 2 liberators. Bailey's crash forward, and Reynor looks like he will barely clean this up. Will he, though? Down to 5 Hydras. Still a rough trade for Reynor. And GG gets called. He does not clean it up. Clem, he'll break his way through, and Clem takes game number 1. Whew. GG, well played. Again, a very messy game here from Reynor. Clem, he was able to gain momentum, able to gain control. We spoke about how earlier when Reynor overextended, bleeding out all his Hydras, that was a massive moment for Clem. Up until then, Reynor, he was taking a better fight and he was able to counterattack. We thought that was his time, but Reynor got overly aggressive. He got overconfident, overly aggressive. He was punished for it, and with that, it all fell apart. It all fell apart there for Reynor. Clem snowballed out of control. He had the freedom to take up into Mass Liberator as he was just taking better fights, being more efficient. GG, well played. Clem does take lead in the series. Now we're loading to game number 2. Let's go. We're dropping in. We be dropping and spawning in the top right hand corner of Blackrock. We have the French Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player. We have the Italian Zerg representing Basilisk. Down to the series. Can he bounce back? It is Reynor. Here we go. Now, when it comes to this aggressive style that we've been seeing from Terran players as of late, it is strongest on maps like Rainfall, right? The map does help the aggressing player. It does benefit the aggressing player. It does make it more difficult to defend, of course. It does actually hinder the Zerg in that respect. But now we're loading into a bit of a larger map. Welcome to Blackrock. Blackrock is an interesting map in the map pool. Has a lot of choke points in the center. It can be difficult for Zerg players to engage in the center of the map. That is true. But these bases are very open. They're very open. They're very exposed. If Reynor can gain some momentum, if he does get some breathing room, then it's going to be very difficult for Clem to maintain his 3rd and 4th bases. It's going to be much more difficult to beat the defensive player. And again, because it is a longer rush distance by ground, Reynor, he'll have a little bit more freedom to build up and to stabilize. But we'll see. We'll see. It still comes down to micro to control. Still comes down to our engagements. We'll see. Bearing in mind that Clem had a disastrous start last game. Remember, Clem, he lost 7 Hellions and a Banshee, and because that happened, it meant that Reynor was able to freely join up to 72. That shouldn't have happened, and that allowed for Reynor to have a much cleaner early game last game. It wasn't until the mid game where Reynor was, again, just getting a little bit too excited, having some rough fights, rough trades. We'll see if Reynor calms down. Once again, hatch pool. Lake gas. But also, bienvenidos, este paradoxical. 5-stream win streak even. Crazy, papi, crazy. Buenos dias, good morning. Not easy to get a watch streak going on the CranKy Ducklings. Not easy, because we're live at different hours of the day depending on your time zone. So, the dedication, papi, dedication. Crazy. Speaking of, again, we were live early this morning with Crank Gathers. You should be live tomorrow morning with Crank Gathers as well. Same time, more Crank Gathers, more StarCraft Evolution. That'll be in around 12-ish hours, 12 and a half hours time. We'll be live. Until then, Clem does move in, just dance with the army, shouldn't get any kills, but again, he forced out all these things. He forced the earlier spawning pool, does get one Zergling kill already, but just the one. From here, Reynor pulls out of gas. Clem getting to his own 1-1-1 setup. If he does go for a faster third CC, then we'll take note of that, of course, just because it's rarer to see that nowadays. But there's that starport. So once again, Hellion Banshee. Again, last game, Clem had a very rough start and did have a really rough early game aggression. This time we're hoping that he's a little bit more attentive, being a little bit more careful here, and tightens up that early game. As Reaper does get in. Not bad. Gets in, picks up one more Zergling. Doesn't try to scout for any further tech though. Pulls back. Likewise, if Reynor doesn't play Roaches on Rainfall, he's not going to play Roaches, period. Like, no shot. Unless Rorschach made it through the vetoes, like, I don't see him going into Roaches any other game. Hellions takes him into the middle line. One volley goes off, catching out two drones. Two drones go down. Can we get more? Not quite. Better question, does Clem get away? No shot, he does. Yeah, the Hellions, they slip away just barely. Scout in the third. More Hellions on the left-hand side. Oh, catching out a tumor. Catching up both. Oh my god, Clem, calm down. Jesus. Catching both tumors, pulls out. And again, nice damage here by Clem. Does lose a single Hellion, pulls back to repair. Banshee soon to hit the field. And this time we see that Clem, he's being more aggressive actually. Remember, last game he cancelled Stim to go for a faster third. This time faster Stim into a later third. So slightly different build here from Clem. From the Hellions, they pick forward. Reynor going for double Evo chamber. Interesting. So Reynor's being greedier this game as well. Remember last game, Reynor, he went lair first. This game is going double Evo chamber first. So double Evo chamber, double upgrades. Reynor's going to have a later lair, later bailing speed, and later overseers as well, in favor of faster 1-1. So Reynor is cutting corners. He feels that he can cut some more corners on a larger map, which makes sense. Hellions, they dip in. Catching out one drone. Pulling away. Double Banshee between the bases. Catching transferring units. Just Zerglings. Nothing major. Denying some mining time. Scaring Reynor. Oh. A little bit incentive. And the Banshee's going to go down. Yeah, we'll lose the Banshee and will not kill a Queen. Oh, Queen does survive. At the same time, Clem tries to break into the middle line, gets 3 drones. Oh, he's locked in. Yeah, he's locked in. It's one way. There's no way out. Gonna get surrounded, and without a brutal loss here for Clem, he killed 5 drones in total, 2 extra drones, but he will lose every single Hellion. That was not worth it. Without Reynor holds. And Clem just got too excited, got too aggressive. This isn't as bad as last game. At least here he killed 5 workers. Last game he didn't. Just lost everything. So from here, Clem will claim a third base and get ready for his eventual bio timing. Stim is outdone. This time there is no early tank. Interesting. Last game there was that one tank move out. Here we're going straight into Widow Mines. I mean, hey, they're pretty good. Widow Mines are a lot more threatening now. And honestly, this is one of the reasons why ZVT is, at least for this from Clem specifically, is a lot more competitive. And the reason for this is just because of the higher amount of aggression and because of the Widow Mine buff as well. Like, it allows him to just out-trade. And despite the larva change, like, he can still keep the army relatively low, or keep up with it at least. But you have to be hyper efficient. finds a bow. Meanwhile, Reynor, he's rushing into the oh, we're skipping Bailings. Okay. We're playing like it's 2025. Let's go. So we're skipping Bailings, going for the fast hive, going Ling into Infestor. This is Reynor's style. No other player really does this. If you remember, Cyril tried to do this last year in Maestros of the Game #1. Not #2, but #1 last year. And Cyril struggled with it. Like, he had mixed results. Reynor's the only player that really still does this. It's just, it's very greedy. It's very, very greedy. Basically, if you look at players like Cyril or Shin or Solar or any other top Zerg, they usually do this, but with Bailings and sometimes even with Roaches as well. Basically, this is just a hyper greedy version that Reynor likes doing. It's just very risky. It's very risky, and even Reynor, like, sometimes can't really make this work. But when it works, it works. Like, let me tell you that. Oh my god, massive mind shots. Oh, not again! Oh my god, Jesus! Massive connection in the center of the map. Reynor takes him to the base. That was 43 Zerglings for 2 mines, 3 in total. Crazy connections. Now remember how we said, like, when it works, it works. Like, when it doesn't, it doesn't work back. It's yeah, we're rushing into the ultras. Again, it's all about cutting corners, cutting Bailings, cutting Roaches, being greedy, and Reynor is struggling. Here comes Clem. He's moving out. Oh, we have how many? We have 4 Infestors, and again, Reynor is heavily reliant on fungal growths. He's heavily reliant. We need these fungals to connect. Hellbats, they hold their own. Clem pushing on the creep. Reynor, he abandons the base, he knows he cannot defend. Clem gets a free expansion. At the same time, Ling's hit the 3rd. Clem evacuates. Clem evacuates. We still have a lot of fungals. We have a lot of fungals left over. There's 2. There's 2 more left. 3. Fungals, they're buying time. Nice, better connections. Yeah, very nice connections here. But there's no follow-up. Yeah, there's no follow-up. We need more Zerglings. We need anything else. Oh my god. As a matter of fact, they're healing through the fungals. Ling's now the race back home. Ultras, they arrive just in time. And Reynor's holding on. And something that's really hurting Clem, actually, is what we just saw previously, his economy. Like, the economy has been very lackluster. You can see the Starbase is fully mining. It's only just now getting fully mining. Like, it's been heavily delayed. So Clem is hurting economically. Trying to claim his 4th. Ultras have arrived. Now, up until this point, it's been a very, very tense and very difficult game for Reynor. But as Ultras amass, now his army becomes so much more powerful. Like, this is going to be a big power spike once Kindness Plating kicks in. Kindness Plating is halfway done. Speaking of Kindness Plating, we have Marauders on the way. We have Liberators on the way as well. Clem, he's preparing his anti-Ultra army. He's preparing. Reynor's moving in. Okay, still waiting for those upgrades. We don't want to hit the anti-timing. Meanwhile, Clem is maxing out. Reynor is moving in. Pushing into a choke point. Jesus, yeah, this is not the angle to push in from. This is not this is not it. Reynor, calm down. Reynor pulls away. It's still just Ling, Ultra, and Infestor. Like, there's still no Bailings here. Now we see the Spire. That'll be for the Corruptors. That'll help against the Liberators. Big damage to the Banshee. Corruptors now on the way. Clem is defending back at home. He's perfecting his army, now getting into Fusion Core into Liberated Range. Ghost production has begun as well. And the whole point of Reynor's build was to try to build up and hit with ultras, and that timing has come and gone. Like, he's missed that window. Straight up. What was it all for, Pappy? Oh. Some momentum is not on his side. Oof, brutal mine shots once again. Yeah, the mine shots are crazy. Ultras we commit. This is it. Yeah, this is it for Reynor. Tries to commit at the same time. We do have a backstab. We're going for the expansion. The hatchery looks like it may go down. Do a transfuse? No. Yeah, no transfuse. Hatchery falls at the same time. 15 SCV kills. Okay. SCVs are going down. Catching out a couple of the Liberators as well. We're getting messy. So Clem now down in workers. Bearing in mind, though, that Clem is not going to be rebuilding those. He's happy to stay on a lower worker count and build up more army. Ultras, they try to collapse in. I mean, now we have Baneling speed. Now we have some Banelings in the mix. Job comes back in. Punishing Reynor once again, out of position. Ooh, that's a kill. That's a kill at a cancel. Hatchery goes down. Oof. Clem will be cleaned up. Corruptors. Yeah, Corruptors are available. Oh, not again. Oh god. Yeah, we need like a compilation video of how many mine shots to the face Reynor takes in this series. Like, he's already taken like 7 in these just 2 games. It's crazy. Nice fungal. Very nice. Oh my god, the fungal's crazy. He catches 5 ghosts. Every ghost gets caught out. Insane fungal. And Reynor, he's doing it. He's moving in. Oh my god. Yeah, sometimes one fungal is all it takes. Ultras, they do peel off. And the fungal graces the army. And Reynor, he should have enough here. At the same time, he does try to hit the planetary. Ooh, won't quite get the kill. Yeah, bleeding out ultras. We're getting a little bit messy. But again, should still break through. Should still break through. Getting to the mineral line and catching out the ghosts. Oh, nice snipe. Clem holding onto his natural. But again, he's down to 59 workers. Down in workers, down in economy. Does have a fresh base up and running though. And Reynor did lose most of his ultras. He's down to 1. 1 ultra left. Oof. Full medevac goes down. Losses that Clem cannot afford. And Reynor's economy should be enough for him to remax, rebuild, and overwhelm. Should be. Especially if Clem can't drop. Right? If he can't move out. If he can't go for drops, then what can he do? Corruptors, they don't find a good angle. Yeah, a little bit messy. Tracking over all the ghosts. Now getting up to 7 ultras. The FS is ready. Ashes are getting ready. Both players are maxing out. And once again, it will come down to the fungal growths. Like, at this point, Clem has a very healthy ghost count with 8 ghosts. After losing his Liberators earlier, he's never been able to rebuild his libs due to all the medevac losses. So 0 Liberators. And it's going to be difficult for him to deal with all these ultras. And moving in, shows the fungal. Ooh, nice connection. Yeah, the double fungals, catching out the main army, goes to survive. Yeah, it goes to a further back. Oof. Oh my god, the fungal there still lands! Insane! Crazy fungal lands. Ay. Yeah, catching at the entire bio army. Ghost they barely get away. I can't say the same for the Marines. And with that Reynor, he will fight back, and he is looking to tie up the series. Looking to tie it up. Remember there, I thought the infestor was sniped, but no, landed the fungal in the end. Ghost are trapped behind the mineral line. There is no escape. Planetary goes down. And again, Clem, he cannot keep up. Not after this fungals. Not after the fungals, Pappy. But again, it was very messy, very back and forth. The GG gets called, and Reynor ties the series up. We have that back and forth. GG. Whew. GG, well played. We're tied up 1-1, and we are getting into game number 3. Let's go. We're going to be getting to game 3 here. We're going to be loading into Sanctuary 3, as currently we're tied up. And we'll see who can take that lead. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Sanctuary 3, we have the blue Zerg player. We have the Italian Zerg. Oh. We have the Italian Zerg player himself representing Basilisk. It is Reynor. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the French Terran player, the red Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. Let's go. Let us go. We have that back and forth here. Again, Reynor, he was very greedy last game to go Ling Infestor Ultra. It's a very greedy style that only Reynor is known for. It's kind of like the Reynor style of rushing into Ultras. And he did get away with it. Did get there. It was still very shaky, still very back and forth. A lot of it did come down to the fungal growths. If we didn't have such juicy connections, then Clem would have run away with it. But Clem is known for taking fungals to the face, right? He's known for taking massive storms and fungals, like they land. I will say that Clem often will win despite that, but not last game. Not last game. Won too many massive fungals. And with that, Reynor does tie things up, and we're getting to game number 3. Let's go. Let us go. Welcome here. Now on this map, I would say it's a little bit easier here to build up and to be more defensive, but I don't really think that's too applicable here to this matchup at the moment. Again, it's all about just being in the face of the Zerg player as much as possible, and yeah, I feel like this map is going to be helping Reynor that much more. I feel like these main frontal pushes are quite difficult to get going. The slow zones don't help, of course. There are some points of elevation that you can make use of. Like this area here on the low ground can be very difficult for a Zerg player to engage into. We have seen some Zerg players struggle to do so, depending on the terrain, depending on the angle of attack. So we'll see if Clem builds up into tanks or once again rushes Widow Mines. In game 1, he played around with some tank play. Game 2, we committed to mass mine instead. I will say that Clem had, I want to say, the better mid game for sure. But the problem is the mid game was cut short because Reynor was rushing into Hive. I don't think he'll be doing that this game though. We'll see. We shall see. See Loose Retius in the chat, in the YouTube chat. Is it because the patch changed the mine behavior? Yes. The time it takes for the Widow Mine shot to go off, to be triggered and to go off, is now shorter. So now you have less time to react, less time to respond to the Widow Mine, which is one of the reasons why Widow Mine play has been increased in ZVT. And honestly, I think inadvertently, it's allowed for ZVT to otherwise be closer than it was previously, like pre that patch or pre that change. Just because, I mentioned this earlier, just because now Zerg players are being less efficient, and that's helping Terran basically keep up with the production of the Zerg. Like, they're able to keep up a lot more because the Zerg is losing so much more. Like, they're... But that's only like specifically for games where we're seeing that happen. If like we don't get like these big mine shots, if we don't get these like better efficient trades, then we still have seen players like Clem and Maru struggle. So Terran right now, they're quite reliant on these mines connecting and on Zerg players having a hard time dealing with them. As once again, 1-1-1. Going to Hellion Banshee. I think this is another example of build diversity being reduced in this patch as well. 1-1-1s are now like almost a must, whereas in the last patch pre-PTR, you can go hatch first, you can go 1-1-1, you can go 2-1-1s, you can go 3C 2-1-1s, you can mix in more greedy economic builds. Right now, it's not really viable being greedy in TvZ because you give up so much map control and you just give up so much, like, you just give up so much momentum to the Zerg player, and it's too much. So a lot of build diversity has been reduced, at least in this matchup, and other matchups as well, but for different reasons. From here, we are going into our faster lair. So lair first out of Reynor. Last game, if you remember, Reynor was being greedier. He did go double Evo chamber. This time is going lair first instead. So just safer play out of Reynor. For faster baneling speed, for faster overseers, faster scouting. Hellions are still sharking around, still looking for a way in. Does get a queen. Nice damage. Catching a queen. And do we get another? Not quite. There was a transfuse. Second Banshee moves in. Ooh, but Clem does overextend. You're losing one Banshee. Ay, ay, ay. Banshee goes down. So does the second. Some rough losses here for Clem, as that was not worth it. Did kill one queen in total. Two. So 2 queens to 2 Banshees. 0 economic damage. And this is where we look at the worker disparity here. Reynor's up by 20 drones, which is pretty crazy. Now looking to claim his 4th base. Clem, he needs to find some damage with this. We're rotating over. Let's rotate. Oh, deny some mining. 3rd base not being taken. At this point, Reynor, he's done droning, at least for the mid game. Like, we're done droning now. It's purely going to be Ling Bane, catching it with 1/1 upgrades, Baneliness into Baneling speed. Reynor's building up. Oh, and as Clem moves out, Reynor's ready for his run by. Who hits first? Reynor is in. The wall! Ooh, the wall's open. Yeah, the wall's wide open. Links, they flood in. They shouldn't get into the main, but they will get into the natural. And SCVs aren't going to go down. Ay, ay, ay. Clem, he's racing back home to defend. He's racing back home. Oh. Lings, I don't actually get many SCVs, though. Gas Geyser. Now into the mineral line. Nice control here by Clem. Does mineral walk. Saves the SCVs. And this could have been a lot worse, but this will delay Clem's push. Does delay. But again, a very clean defense here by Clem overall. Barely losing any workers, but his aggression is denied. And with that, Clem, now he's running up to 73, so he's getting up to 3.5 base saturation, a very comfortable drone count. Ooh, catching at the Hellions as well. Nice around. Yeah, we'll catch the Hellions. And once again, you can see that Clem, he wanted to push, he wanted to move out, but he can't. Ooh, Reynor overextends. Yeah, big overextension, massive tank shots. Reynor, calm down, we're being a little bit too wasteful here. Bit too wasteful. And Reynor, he's taking towards Hive Tech. Infestation Bit's on the way, but this time he's playing Ling Bane. So a lot more safer out of Reynor. Much safer play. Clem pushing forward. He's got one tank? Yes. Okay, he's got his one tank. And we'll see if he can make this angle work. Does move in. Reynor waiting for the army to overextend. Tank is revealed. And again, a little bit of messy movement there from Reynor. But overall, he's holding the line. Safety Infestors on the way. Hive has now begun. Remember, the Hive is for Ultras. And Reynor, can he survive into Ultra Tech? Can he survive? Oh, losing one. Losing one Queen. Double jump on the right-hand side. Reynor, it looks like he was almost setting up for us around, but he's distracted. Reynor brought back. Tension being split. Oh, that's nice target firing at a Clem. And he still maintains. Yeah, he still maintains his position, still defends. Denying any kind of creep. Oh. Reynor. Oh, the bait. Oh. Oh my god. He baits him in. Yeah, this time it works. This time it pays off. Reynor diving on top of the tank. Tank goes down, and Reynor, he holds. Yeah, he does hold on. Hive is almost done. Oof. Almost done with the Hive. At the same time, Clem going for his own triple drop here on the south side. Ooh. Oh my god, the friendly fire. Yeah, Mind Shell popping off, working against Clem. Reynor, he defends. He's holding. And Reynor's maxing out. He's looking to max out. The one thing working against Reynor here is lack of creep spread. So much creep has been denied. So Clem, he can still keep rallying. He needs to. We're going to keep pushing. Gotta keep going. Jesus. Reynor, he's ready again. Can he do it? Yeah, for now forcing back the army. Nice splits here from Clem. Will lose the tank. Oof. Yeah, tank does go down. At the same time, Clem moving in, getting to the middle line. Reynor, late reaction. Yeah, late reaction for the Zerg. Clem is out trading. Shows my shot. Oof. Does pick up, does pull away. And again, behind all this, Reynor is getting his Clem is getting his 4th base up. 5th base is now on the way. Clem is expanding, keeping up the momentum. This time it's going to be Hive not into Ultras, Hive into Lurker Tech. Okay. So Ling Bane, Hydra Viper into Lurkers. Lurkers, they're still a ways away from really coming online. Waiting at the mine shots. Okay, no major connections, but Ling Bane still is cleaned up. And he's looking to stem in. Where are the Infestors? Yeah, none here in the Southern Army. 2 Infestors are on the top side. We need more Infestors here. Toss in the Fungal. Very nice. Yeah, Chain Fungal. All the Marines go down. Nice defense here by Reynor. Again, no Fungals here. So it looks like one Baneling went off. Not quite. Close though, close. Just one Baneling grazing the army. Oh! Oh no, connect! No, he's not looking! Yeah, Reynor's done, he's not looking, focusing this around. Oof. Mine shot went off. I'm stimming in. Again, Reynor who's distracted by the northern fight. He was distracted. Chop gets in. Uh-oh. Chop into the main base. Ooh, Medivac's gonna be going down to the Spore. Reynor, he's holding. But again, still very tense. Still tense. I like how these banelings originally were actually closer to the edge, and then Reynor moved them, and now now Clem is hugging the edge more. Oh my god. Massive mine shots. 2 mines connect. Knocks down the rocks. Getting cleaner trade here from Clem. Up, this is it. Oh my god. They connect, Pappy. Second time this game. Reynor. Yeah, nice connections again, making use of lack of infestors, lack of fungals, and now what do we have? Lurker tech. Lurkers are now coming online. Lurkers that will help defend. They'll help alleviate some of this pressure, and soon, once the lurkers come online, Reynor can start to attack. Remember, Reynor, he has not been able to attack or threaten these bases in a very long time. Finally able to go for a run-by. Slipping to the natural, Lings they peel off into the third, tank goes down, and Clem finally forced to react. He's being forced to react. Oof. As we do pick up a couple of SCVs, that's 9 workers going down. Nothing major. Oh, it does notice. There's the scan. Let me notice this. Shuts down Lings, pushing on the right hand side. Again, there's still no creep here. True. But there is that infestor. And they have the defensive lurkers. Now Reynor can defend with the bare minimum. The bare minimum. Yeah, lurkers, they run away. We need that liberation. Not bad. Catching the queen. They raid on the top side as well. Just one. Just the one. We're heavily reliant on mine shots. Again, no major connections. Reynor, he's holding. At the same time, Clem is stimming in. Breaks through the lurkers. Oh my god, the mesh transfuse. Still not good enough. Yeah, still not good enough. The base is going to go down. At the same time, we just see a link counterattack. Workers going down. Hatchery as well. Reynor does save his drones. I can't say the same for Clem. As Clem, he'll lose 11 SCVs. Catching out 13 SCVs, 13 workers, both armies be maxed out. He wants that planetary. He wants it. The fungal. Let's go. The flanking infestor. Yeah, massive connection. Marines, they get caught out, and this planetary will fall. Oof. A heavy SCV as well. Heavy losses for Clem. Losing 27 SCVs. Insane losses. Clem is falling apart here. Running out of workers. Oh. Down to 56. And here we should be seeing Reynor rotate. We should be rotating to neither southern bases. Clem still has his center expansion, but has not yet opened it up. Not yet open. Getting more CCs. Jesus. It's 9 liberators. Clem moving in. Reynor, he responds. Okay, now it's everything's shifting to the right hand side. We have that infestor lurking around. God, that's a lot of liberators. Nice snipe. Viper does get sniped. Lings, they try to catch reinforcements. Headed for the mineral line. SCV's going down. Trying to force a reaction. Clem, he does pull back. He turns back around. We can see Reynor trying to catch him. Yeah, coming for the surround. Locking down the army. Can he get away? Oh, he tries to. The EMP lands, but we lock down the army. Banelings, they try to roll in. Force the pickup. Yeah, they force the pickup. Clem, he looks like he will hold on. Cleans up all the Zerglings. Not enough Banelings. And not enough here. Not enough here. Much stronger fight for Clem. Reynor, he plummets 40 supply. Oh my god. He threw away so much there. But again, there were not enough Banelings. There was no follow-up. No fungal. Clem now can break out, pushing further in, knocking down more bases. There's not really much mining going on here, but this will give access to the natural. So these hatcheries are going to go down. Reynor once again going for a massive counterattack. Clem, he does have some use to defend. Now more bases. And Lings, they will kill some SCVs, but there's not that many here. I mean, I say that. It's 8, 19. Oh my god. 19 workers going down. But again, Clem has a super maxed army. He's super maxed at 150 army supply. That's crazy. Insanely large army. And Clem is moving into the natural. And Reynor can't stop him. Cannot stop him. EP goes off. Vipers are moving in. Ooh, does it extend? Losing one, losing almost two. And one Viper goes down for free. Tech is exposed. Reynor's moving in. Massive fungal. Oh my god. The chain fungals. 1, 2 fungals land. Bailey's they smash in. And Reynor, he will take the fight. Massive fungals. That might have been it. That might have been it. The game-winning fungals, baby. If it wasn't for that, I mean, this natural would be dead. The Ultra Cavern will be dead. That would have been game. But Reynor, he's holding on, baby. He's holding on. Clem rotating over. I'm able to move in, setting up his libs. Once again, he's pushing. The armies are still quite comparable, but the space is going to go down. This is the most crucial mining base here for Reynor. True. Lurkers are exposed. Gets one. Catching out one, catching out two. 2 lurkers going down. There's 2 left. Again, better trades here from Clem. Where are the Banelings? Every lurker will fall. Yeah, no ultras, no Banelings. Massive losses there for Reynor. Ay, ay, ay. Again, despite the earlier fight, despite those massive fungals earlier, it's not enough. It's still not enough, Fappy. As Clem makes Sims, and he wins. He breaks through the mineral line, catching out all the queens. As one Ultralisk gets focused down. And the Ultra falls despite all the upgrades. Was on its own. Fungals, they're too late. They're too late. After the fight ends. Not like this. 22 drone kills. And remember, Clem still has a standing army. It's mainly medevac, but he has bases, he has mining. Reynor, he's down to this. He's down to 1 base mining. The 3rd is empty. The natural is empty. Like there's nothing. There's 1 base mining. GG gets called, and Clem, he will take a 2-1 lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Very intense, very back and forth here. Again, Reynor, he was holding his own. We had some nice moments for both players. We had some borrowed banelings, some massive fungals. At the same time, we did see Reynor take some bad fights. If you recall, in the mid game, where he was overextending, pushing too far into the bio army without banelings, without fungals, where he was beating a lot of lings. So again, we had that back and forth with some good moments and some good moments for Reynor, good moments and better moments for Clem. In the end, Clem did overwhelm. It did overwhelm, cripple the economy, and was able to break through. GG. GG, well played. With that, Clem does take a lead, and we're going to be loading into at Attorney's Edge. Let's go. We're loading into game 4 here. This is an interesting map in the map pool. We can expand in a couple different ways. There are gold bases. There are high yield gas bases as well. Oh boy. Let's go. As spawning in the top side of at Attorney's Edge, we have the French Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Team Liquid, leading the series 2-1. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player. The blue Zerg player, the Italian Zerg representing Basilisk. It is Reynor. Let's go. Let us go. Let's Again, we've had that back and forth, and it's been a very chaotic series here from both players, is what I will say. And we'll see if that chaos continues here as we load into Attorney's Edge. Again, larger map, longer rush distance by grounds. Hoping that we can embrace some longer mid to late game here, depending on how we expand. We have seen many players struggle to expand and maintain these southern bases. The northern ones are a little bit closer together. They're a little bit more easier to maintain, but we'll see. We'll see how Clem wants to expand. As typically, you want to be expanding with your army and towards your opponent. Typically. So once again, we're expecting a Rax expand into 1/1/1. Like Hellion Banshee has been the go-to, has been the meta. And once again, there's no 2 Rax Reaper setup. There's no setup. I feel like hold on. Okay. I was gonna say, I feel like I might have like over reduced the volume from previously. We'll figure it out next time. For now, though, again, for now, we're going to be opening up, again, just Rax Expand. From the side of Reynor, Hatch, Pool, Gas. Building up into our early game. Once again, Reynor, he's not really one to mix in roaches, and I don't think you need to on Attorney's Edge just because of the features of the map. We kind of alluded to it earlier, but we have our goal base towards the south side. We have the high yield gases up here as well. This does typically favor a more active play style, or it does punish defensive play at least, but defensive turtle heavy play isn't really viable here in TvZ. There's a reason why we've been seeing like non-stop aggression out of Clem in this matchup. Same with Reynor as well. So turtle heavy play isn't really something to be too concerned about in this matchup. And again, we'll see if Clem can keep up and hinder Reynor's growth. Now, Clem breaks in, gets a drone kill. Very nice pickoff. That should not have happened. Let's catch a drone. Reynor stepping up. Clem's being greedy. Calm down. Calm down, Bappy, calm down. Clem pulls away. Pokes in, pulls away. There's our Hellion Banshee amassing here across the map. Building up. And again, it's on Reynor here to minimize losses from the Hellions, from the Banshees, secure his third. We are expanding here on the south side, on the low ground, and pushing towards the gold. That's like that's the main target here for Reynor. The main target, the main kind of big growth spike, is to push towards that gold base. And then embrace that hive tech. Embrace the hive. Embrace the ultras. I'll say last game as well, the lurker tech was a little bit lackluster. Didn't really achieve what Reynor was hoping for in terms of slowing down Clem. Partially because it was so few lurkers as well. There were only 4. Didn't help that Liberators hit at the same time. True. Didn't help. So now Clem is picking in. Oh, almost going for the dive. Calm down. Once again, he's looking for an opening. And we cannot lose these Hellions too early. It's the one thing keeping Reynor at bay. These Hellions. Gotta be careful. Banshee's gonna be reinforcing. From here, ideally, the Hellions want to distract the Queens, and then the Banshee goes into a mineral line. Otherwise, last game, we did see that Clem brought everything together and did snipe Queens instead. He was able to kill 2 Queens, but he did lose 2 Banshees as a result. Focus is now finishing. Clem, he tries to back in. Clem breaking forward. Hellions, they get into the middle line. 2 drones go down. Just 2. Catching at 2 workers. Clem picks in, pulls away. And so far, no major losses yet from either side. Both kind of just testing, prodding, catching at the tumors. So far, just catching at a couple of the tumors. Rotating into the main. Oh, we'll get a queen. Not bad. It's catching a queen, getting a drone. Again, there was no transfuse, no energy. Clem getting a little bit greedy here, going further in. Denying all the creep. And the branches are getting very low. Clem still gets a pull out. Oh, and for the first time this series, we're going into Lingbane Muta. Let's go. This is interesting. As Banshees, they poke in, they get 1, 2, 3 drone kills. Very nice damage. No scout yet. Now, when it comes to Muta play, we have seen some players attempt to play Muta on the recent patch and struggle, depending on the early to mid game. Basically, because of the new Muta mine, we have been seeing a lot of bio mine play punish and shut down scouted Spire and scouted Mutas, but so far it has gone unscouted. True. So far it has gone unscouted, but the new mine does punish Muta play quite hard if the Terran player has forewarning though. If they have forewarning to set up and to prepare, set up turrets, set up traps. Currently, Clem is playing blind. Clem has not scouted. So far, just poking in. I do appreciate that Reynor's whipping this out this deep in the series. He has shown no inkling of Muta play at all these past 3 games. So it's not going to be at the forefront of Clem's mind. Clem's the Banshees, they pull away. More draw play out of Clem. And again, these mineral lines are exposed. Catching an Overlord. Clem pulling back. Then pulls back to the Banshees. At the same time, Mutas, they do get across the map. And they get so far unscattered. Ooh, the mine shots. Baits him out. Baits out the mine shots. Drop is denied. Mutas, they bust into the mineral line, and SCVs aren't going down. They're getting 1 SCV so far. Dropping into the main. No turrets. No setup. Just dead workers. Dead workers here. Nothing crazy. Just 2 more SCV kills. Clammy turns around. Turns around to defend. Mutas, they do distract. Catching out Marines. 3, 4, 5 Marines going down. Oof. Muta's trading well. I don't think the Muta's gone down yet. Yeah, zero losses. 0 losses with the Mutas. Solid trades. Keeping Clem busy. And Reynor, he's now turned up to 80. He's gone up to 80 workers. He's going up to 4 bases. 5th base now on the way as well. Creep is spreading. Again, this is something to bear in mind here. The Mutas, they haven't dealt critical economic damage. What they have done is that because everything turned around, creep is spreading. Reynor's getting more comfortable, getting ready for an easier defense. As Reynor, he's maxed out. Oh god, he's already maxed. Get the power of map control. It's really looking fine. Oof. Catching the Banshee. Now Reynor can counterattack. There are Hillwest to defend. Gonna need some Banelings. That's a lot of Lings committing to a counterattack, by the way. That's crazy. it's going to be that much less to defend. Just a purely Ling run by. Clem moves in. Reynor's out of position. So Clem has time to set up. Reynor he backstabs. Ooh, massive mine shots. Yeah, mine shots are going up, but there's enough Lings anyway. They break through. They still break through at the same time. Clem kills the base. Lings get 12 SCV kills. And 12 SCVs. He commits to the fight as well. Takes down the Hellbats. They move in. Heavy losses here for Clem. Heavy losses, 20 SCVs. Does he heal the CC? He's going for it. It's a little bit greedy. Does catch fire. Does not kill. Clem turns around. And Reynor, he's about to remax. Yes, Reynor lost the base, but Reynor didn't lose drones. He's still on 86 workers, still has a healthy economy. Relatively healthy saturation. And this is the most comfortable game we've seen from Reynor so far this series. I mean, thanks to the mutas, right? Mutas, they just gave Reynor so much breathing room. So much room to breathe. Clem moving out. Oh. Catching Muta. That was the first, that was the second. 2 mutas have gone down this game. Let's go. Reynor trying to bait out those shots. Baits out one. There's still what? 5 left. Baits out a second. 3 more lines behind this. Reynor he backstabs. Tries to get into the bases. Mines it will defend. And mines that defend back at home. Reynor trying to dive in. There's still more mines. Oh, never mind. No, they were triggered. Yeah, the mines were triggered. Mutas they came to production. Going for the starport of all things, and he will kill it. Yeah, one more volley. Starport goes down. Just camping all the Marines. He just fights head on. Even here, there's not enough bio to kill another cancel on the gold, which is nice, but oh my god, music gets right away. No more anti-air. So Clemmy's trading well for himself. The issue here, though, is the bank. Reynor, he can rebuild, he can remax. He's retaken center right. He still has to saturate, still heavily oversaturated here at the center base. We go to transfer. Music go back into the main. Nope. The wide shot. Oof. Drags the shots, takes on the Thor and the medevac. So a little bit messy here, but still does overwhelm. Again, came with that production. Catching reinforcements. Clem, he's becoming all in. Nice split. Nice spread. Nice spread from Clem. But again, he cannot reinforce this. His army's limited. No more mines. No more mines. Just a handful of marauders, mainly Marine. Reynor, he just engaged. He just engaged. And GG gets called. GG gets called. Reynor, he ties up the series 2-2, and we are going to the ace match. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, unscouted Spire here. Reynor, he got away with his muta switch. He was able to, with that, gain so much map control, get very, very comfortable. And this is an example of what Zerg looks like if the Terran players aren't able to be aggressive. If they can't be aggressive, they can't be active, then bam, suddenly 80 workers, 86 workers, maxed out army, full map control. GG. GG. Clem still had some nice moments himself when it came to punishing some of the run-bys. Some of the counterattacks and run-bys from Reynor were questionable for sure. Was a little bit questionable with like pure Ling run-bys, no banelings. It meant that things were a little bit shakier than they otherwise should have been. But overall, GG. GG, well played, still did overwhelm. And with that, we're getting to the ace match. We're getting to game number 5. Let's go. As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the Old Sun Temple, we have the blue Zerg player. We have the Italian Zerg representing Basilisk. Tying up the series, forcing the ace match, it is Reynor. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the French Terran player. We have the red Terran for Team Liquid. It is Clem. Let's go. Let us go. We're settling into game number 5. We found ourselves in the ace match. It all ends here. It all ends on the Old Sun Temple. And if we had diagonal spawns, I would be favoring Reynor here, but we do have close spawns. Oof. So close spawns instead. This does favor aggression. This does favor typically Terran. Specifically on this map, it is quite difficult for the Zerg player to claim a 5th base when we have these spawns, whether it's a southern 5th base or whether it's the northern 5th base. It's very, very spread out and very difficult to take. We've seen many a Zerg player attempt and struggle to do so, assuming that we do build up into a greater economy, which so far Reynor has. I will say that Reynor, he has not really been too diverse in his play. I mentioned this earlier, but Reynor, he's not been mixing in roach play. He has not tried to go for any kind of early aggression. He's been playing very mid to late game. Every game, very mid to late game. And because of that, we'll see if he can actually grow in such a way here. I feel like this map, it's going to be difficult to kind of play that style, like post 4-base setup. And if the Zerg player can't expand, and if the Terran is able to build up an equivalent base count, that's when things do look much more difficult here for the Zerg. But we'll get into it. For now, stay in the openers. Stay in the openers. And the Overlord will find Clem immediately. Likewise, also reveals his own spawn location. So both players are fully aware. Both players know. I don't know why Terran just doesn't build 1 turret per base, just to be safe. There's no reason to build a turret if they're not going Spire and going into Mutaplay. There's no reason to do so. It's a waste. It's inefficient, I should say. It's inefficient, and that's a lot of resources that can be spent elsewhere, and it is impactful. If you're referring to post mutas being revealed, the reasoning for that is because Clem believed that he could be aggressive enough where he wouldn't need to have any defensive structures back at home to be able to defend. If you've been watching the entire series, that has been the mantra of Clem. Every game, there are no bunkers in the mineral lines. There's no bunkers, there's no defensive setup whatsoever. There's no SimCity either. It's been hyper aggression from Clem. Because any resource kind of spent on site defense just weakens that aggression and gives the Zerg player more freedom. That's the rationale behind it in this series. In this series specifically. Or I guess in this patch, really more than anything. As Clem does break in, Reynor will be expanding away from Clem, taking the linear third base. And okay, for the first time this series, we're mixing it up here. We're going 3 CC 2 on 1. Okay, let's go. We're going for an earlier stim timing, I mean, this makes sense. So earlier stim, this is to be a little more aggressive, a little more in the face of Reynor earlier on due to the spawn locations. I would imagine. That's why we're going for this. So here we go. Earlier stim, earlier marine production, later medevacs. Typically this hits at around 6 minutes, but on this patch, I would imagine this hits at around 6:30, 7 minutes. I think around 6:30. I still don't have my timings down for this patch. Just ballparking it. Oh. Let's back in, let's pull away. Reynor, he's going Evo Chamber first. Did he scout the main? No. But he's going for the first Evo Chamber in a +1 carapace. I would imagine that he's just taking note of the lower Hellion counts because there are less Hellions. So good read here by Reynor. Nice catch. Catching at the Reaper. There's the add-on swap. And Clem, he will soon move out. Oh no, this is still lined up with 6 minutes. Okay, never mind. more or less lined up. Oh. Hellion's going to be zoned away. So just waiting for the Medivacs. They'll soon come online, and Clem can start to push out. Now, when it comes to defenses back at home, what do we have to defend? How many queens? 7. 7 queens. Link production has begun as well. Again, early Eva Chamber, early +1 at Carapace, so very safe play here by Reynor. He should be able to keep up. It comes down to the positional play, of course, positioning, the micro. Reynor, he does spot this. Clem, he's already across them. He's already here. That's crazy. 610. Jumping to the main. Once again, the Lings are keeping up. Oh, Hellion support here does come in. Okay. No armory, but they do come in. Lings are deflected, and the base is going to be denied. Massive pickoff. Ay, ay, ay. Denies the 4th. I mean, that's all that Clem really wanted. Deny the 4th base. Slow down the Zerg growth. Being slowed down. From here we should be rallying. Or getting ready for our second wave. So we have tank production. Yeah, building up our tank counts. Again, the rush distance between this natural and the 4th location is incredibly short. Like it's crazy. It's very short. And there are limited ways to counterattack and go for run-bys. We can see Reynor double expanding. Getting a 4th and a 5th. Clem clearing up more creep. Doesn't get the tumor. There's no catchy active tumor. Nice shots with the Hellions, but they will get surrounded. Does not save them. As Clem is here to deny. And it looks like he will. Yeah, he will force a cancel. Here comes the Southern double drop. Denies the 5th base. Drop is moving in. The queens are in position. Going for the medevac. Nice defense. Reynor is holding on. Clem sends in. Just trading. And again, we're still just setting up. This is all still just set up. Setting up for the main push. Reynor behind this, he's going for early infestors. This is a way to shut this down. Are we skipping Banelings again? No, okay. I was curious. Where's Baneling speed? Where is Baneling speed? Hive has begun. We're getting a hive before Baneling. This is an oversight. This is straight up. This is an oversight. Hive before Baneling speed? That's crazy. We're gonna have slow Banes against the main push. Oh no. Reynor. Reynor! Papi! I mean, we're relying heavily on the fungals. Did you forget he has a Baneling nest? He's not morphing in Banelings, period, so... Just a Ling defense. Okay. Yeah, he has the nest. So you got 2 infestors so far. 2 infestors, 2 fungals. Comes in. One's a queen. Shouldn't get one. But again, this is a brutal choke point. There's only one avenue of attack, really. Oh, I say that. We're coming from behind. Trying to set up the surround. But it's a much longer route. He's moving in. Slow Bane. Yeah, he forgot. The slow Banes are coming in. Baneling speed is so late. Yeah, so late here. Nice split, nice spread. Lings taking in for the backstab. There are reinforcements back at home. Show some mine shots. Oh, that's a lot of mines. Jesus. That's a lot of mines. Lings that do get into the mineral line. Massive fungal. Is there a follow-up? There is not. Yeah, no follow-up. Oh, one Baneling connects. One Baneling connects. Back at home, Lings are overwhelming. But Clem breaks through. Yeah, Clem is broken through. Again, if Baneling speed was here, this would have been much cleaner defense from Reynor. Ay, ay, ay. But Baneling speed is not going to factor in. The hatchery will go down. Again, Baneling speed finishing up post-hive. That's crazy. As the Ultra Cavern's on the way. Finally, Baneling speed. finishing up. There are 0 banelings. Bongo does crazy army. And picks up. Loses tank. And Clem's reinforcements are coming. Like, the main army is coming. This was only the first wave. He wants a queen. Oh, doesn't get it. Queen does get away. Here comes the main push. Clem's still distracting. At the same time, there's a massive link run by. Uh oh, show some eye shots. Oof. Jesus. Oh, God. The mines are popping off. And speaking of, ooh, once again, decent bundles. Jesus. Mines, they pop up. 14 SVs that do go down across the map, so there is some counter damage here. 17 SCV kills. Clem will lose workers, but he's still just out trading. He's still being more efficient here. Just out trading Reynor. Reynor, he can't afford this. Reynor, he lost the northern base, the southern base as well. Reynor is stuck on 3 bases. And we spoke about this earlier in a different kind of context. We spoke about how difficult it is for Zerg players to get a 5th base. On these spawn locations, it's difficult to get a 4th. Like, the 4th base is non-existent. Without a 4th base, Reynor just can't keep up. He cannot keep up. He cannot macro. He cannot spend his money. He can't do it, Pat. There's that one Ultralisk. We have 2-2 upgrades, no kindness plating. So yeah, the Ultras, they made out of paper. They just melt. They do melt. GG gets called. Clem has done it, and Clem will claim the series 3-2, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played, Clem. He will claim the series. Again, Reynor making some rough mistakes here. If you recall, he had a Baneling Nest for a long time. He instead, in the face of the Baneling Nest, got a Hive. He did delay Baneling speed by quite a lot of time, and honestly, if he had Baneling speed, he would have had a much cleaner defense. I think he most likely would have defended the 4th base. I think the 4th base stays up and running with Baneling speed. Whether or not he wins the game, I won't go that far, but I can see him defending that 4th base 100%. Like, he had slow Banelings trying to come in and trying to collapse in. Like, that was insane. Like, that was brutal, as they were never going to connect. And with that, Clem does overwhelm, and Reynor does get knocked down to the lower brackets. GG. GG, well played. With that, we have our first finalist, of course. It is going to be Clem. Clem does advance on to the grand finals. Meanwhile, Reynor gets knocked down to the lower bracket to face off against Cyril. Okay, hold on. I had the wrong score on screen. There we go. There we go. So it is going to be Reynor versus Cyril in our next series. Un momento.